Hi, everyone. Welcome to Mediation and Beyond YouTube channel. And here we are today with another, our first tip for FAST, Financial Awareness and Self-Transformation with Colleen O'Neill, your divorce mediator, consultant, life coach, and trained therapist and trained educator. And having the program we have today with Caroline Wetzel. And so Caroline, can you introduce yourself? And thank you so much.
Thank you, Colleen. I'm a certified financial planner and private wealth advisor. I offer clients peace of mind through financial self-care and financial help.
Oh, peace of mind, which is exactly a great segue into our first conversation with our FAST program, Financial Awareness and Self-Transformation. And today we're going to talk about spending.
Yes, this topic really bubbles up a lot of different emotions, as I'm sure you see every day, Colleen, in your practice for a lot of different people.
Yes, I mean, spending, whether it's personal or for our businesses or in the time of COVID or not in the time of COVID, spending is just something you have to do in order to live, such as earning, right?
Yes.
However, but spending, especially, and I say this, growing up, it was all cash. Now it's all in a card, and it's a lot harder to hand over $100 bill than it is to hand over my debit card or credit card for $100. So what can we learn about spending?
I think there are really three things that we can all learn about spending. The first is perhaps the most fundamental, and that is every day, each of us has choices. Whether or not we're aware of it, we have an opportunity whenever we have, as you say, Colleen, that physical money in our hand or that credit card or even that button on our app.
Mm-hmm.
Click here now. We have choices around where we put that money. The second consideration is, as we weigh those choices, we have an opportunity to make positive choices today and over time. Those choices are not only about this moment alone. Those choices are about experiencing a quality of life we like now, and additionally, ensuring that it's sustainable over time. Because as we all know, we're all living now until our late 80s, and by the time we get there, it'll be our mid 90s and centurions. And the last item that I love to help people recognize and realize that in those choices, in ways we can positively set ourselves up for success now and in the future, you can filter that universe of choice into three primary criteria: a need, a want, and a wish.
Oh, that's excellent. So it's really a choice about what we need, a choice about what we want, and a choice about what we wish for.
Exactly. Exactly. And I realize and appreciate, as I'm sure you experience as well with your clients, Colleen, that what bubbles up as a need at one point may look at a different point in time like a want or a wish. And so here's where I love to volunteer a personal story for clarity. And you'll recognize this immediately. I come from a wonderful, loving background where my family and I did not have many wants and wishes that we enjoyed daily. So going out to eat was a luxury. Long story short, I would tell my father, we need to go to Pizza Hut for dinner tonight. And my loving father would sit back and say, Caroline, you need to eat dinner tonight. You want it to be pizza, and you wish it could be Pizza Hut. And in that just gentle personal story, I invite all of us to just take a step back and give ourselves a little space and a little creativity to just say, in this moment where I think I need all of these expenses, is there a way to be playful? Is there a way to be creative and rethink what that looks like?
Yeah, and I also think you can have, needs are something that should be your first and foremost priority, is taking care of the need. The want and the wish, I feel like you can stomp your feet around and have a little temper tantrum when you can't have it. But the need, fulfilling those needs first, and then looking at what can we do with the wants and wishes? How long do we have to table the wants and wishes? But they don't always have to be gone, but they might need to be gone for that day or that week or that month.
Love it. And that's very real for so many of us, even in the last 11 months, for instance. How many of us wanted to resume to the former behavior of going out to a concert or going out to some kind of in-person event? We are delaying that gratification and joy of the in-person event, saving that money, that want, and focusing instead on the need of how can we have other fulfillment at this time with the expenses and the money we have available to us now.
Yeah, and I think that immediate gratification, although I think that's from childhood on until life is over, but learning how to kind of quash it and quiet it a little bit so that you make certain that the wish and the wants don't supersede the needs.
Exactly. Exactly. It kind of goes back to the whole idea. Two things I think of that you know better than I truly. First is the whole Maslow hierarchy of needs. When you have your foundational food and shelter needs met, then you have greater capacity to then meet the wants and wishes, psychologically as well as financially. And
Absolutely.
then the other item is, as you mentioned, at different points in time, we have different availability and capacity to meet those wants and wishes in line with and along with our needs too.
Yeah, no, that's a great way to frame that for us. So I think with our first uh, financial awareness and self-transformation video, our fast video for you. So I think what you're saying, Caroline, if I can sum this up, is really it's about understanding that you have choices, being aware and mindful of making those choices, and then kind of for spending, put those choices in kind of order. You'll want to take care of the choice you make about your needs. You'll want to make sure that the choice you make about wants and wishes also is in alignment, but doesn't come before the needs. Get that straightened out in your spending and how we spend our money. Be aware of that and then table those wants and wishes, whether, like we said, for the week, the month, for how long. They don't have to be eradicated. You don't have to get rid of them. You just have to hold off on them. And so then that delays that immediate gratification that we all want, but we don't want the immediate gratification in lieu of taking care of our needs.
Exactly, Colleen.
Well,
Exactly.
thanks so much for coming on today. Thank you, everyone. Remember, for more tips on financial awareness and self-transformation and a fast, quick fix that you can take this and implement this in your own life today, please contact either one of us if you need any further information or conversation around this topic. Please subscribe to the channel below, and we'll see you with our next video. Come watch what it is. You'll be quite surprised. Thanks, everybody.